Hello there everyone, this is Neko here, getting ready to play Solar Punk. Woo! Alright, so few things. One, if you enjoy my content, leave a comment and a like. It lets other people out there find my channel. And two, we're gonna continue working on and stuff. We're gonna find some pigs and I'll give you some tips, tricks, helpful hints and along that. Although these are mostly just my personal opinions based on what I've seen and observed. So, number one, for drones, you want to have at least three, depending on the island and depending on where you're living, will depend on this. But since I'm on the iron, you're gonna want cobalt, silicon, and copper first, and iron if you're not living on any of these. So the results may vary for you, but without a doubt, cobalt, silicon, copper, iron. Now the reason why I say that is because windmills generate 200 power minimum constantly. They take 15 cobalt, 15 silicon, 8 and 8. Now, once we upgrade this, I'll give you a better opinion on these. But as of right now, one, these can only run to one drill, and they run back and forth, and it takes a hell of a long time for them to come back and forth, and they usually only end up picking up one of them, so they're kind of inefficient. So I'm hoping when we upgrade this will either improve their intelligence or allow them to grab from two drills, which means they'll come back with two instead of one, which doubles their efficiency. Now, as you can see here, they're sitting around and waiting. That's because it's raining and we need to put power on each of the drills. Now, depending on how what you unlock and how you unlock it, uh, I recommend waiting on the battery, because if you look at the cost, 15 silicon, 10 copper, 10 iron. If you look at the cost of the windmill, 8 iron, 8 copper, 15 cobalt, and 15 silicon. Pretty much practically the same cost. The difference is the cobalt. However, if you've got about 2, maybe 3 metal picks, you can automatically mine up one of these and craft a windmill. That's 200 constant power versus the cost of this, which is however fast you generate power. This is a better deal in my opinion. Now, if you're going for looks and efficiency, then yes, you're going to want the battery too, because this can only power one windmill, one drill constantly. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at the power, this here, 1B, that's 200 power. You can see 8 windmills, 1600. That is 200 power. At 2B, that's about 210 power. So if the pattern, you can see here, 1, 2, 1, 2, they constantly produce, and the drills, they take up 120, they take up 120 power. So 2 drills is 240, which means you're not going to have enough usually to do that. Now, that's my thing for the drills and the this, which as you can see here, I'm gonna go and set up some wind turbines on at least cobalt, silicon, copper. Those 3 are gonna, without a doubt, get a wind turbine. Now, we're gonna be making fishing rods, assuming we can fish over here. That's gonna be why I'm making one. Now, we're going to be fishing at 4 different locations. There's the one I just showed, the one here, and this one over here. Now, based on what they've said, that might fish other stuff in different lakes. Might. This means there's possibility we might fish up other useful items, and algae might be one of them. Might being the key word. So we have 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. We're gonna need 8 and 8 of this because we have another 16 and another 16. So basically we can make 3. And that means we can keep all 3 of these running at all times. This one, I can simply just hook those up to my power grid if I wanted to. And I'm going to have to do a huge redesign. This is pretty much inefficient now that we have enough of these going. Okay. Let's make 3 wind turbines. And... well, actually, that means we're going to have a bunch of solar panels left over. I could probably keep them there, but 1, 2, 3. So now that's good. We're going to need some of these, so I'll burn... Well, if I remove the solar panels, I won't need these. Now, I hope they add in some more logic. The daytime sensor, the rain sensor, the controllable logic block, that's all good and all. And I'm assuming we can use this to turn a lever on and off. But we need a timer also. And the reason why I say that is, let's say it doesn't rain, these dry out. However long these take to dry out, I can put a timer logic block on here. So after, let's say, a certain amount of time, it flips on, sends a signal, has this run, and I can choose how long it runs. So let's say I want it to be every 10 minutes for 30 seconds. Then it sends a signal every 10 minutes for 30 seconds. That means all of these get watered, and then it shuts off and recycles back to another 10 minutes. And then sends the signal again. I hope we can get one of those. Alright. Now, admittedly, I've wasted a lot of time talking and blah 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 blah, but hey, if you're still here, hopefully you enjoyed. Now we need to grab, where is it? This. Because we're gonna go and set up, we're gonna go fetch the pigs. These will yield truffle, and we need 10 of them for the next upgrade. Another thing is, I learned the importance of the auto dock. I haven't built one yet, but after reading all that, if you set up 2 of them, in other words, you set up dock here, you set up 1 over there, you can automatically fly over there. Woo! During rainstorms, it is amazing. I tested it out on a different play, because sometimes I like to play the games offhand, and because it's fun and enjoyable, and then I have my YouTube series. Now, things can change, and maybe I did something wrong, who knows, but I am gonna try and set one of those up for each of these island nodes, because I want to be able to automatically fly over to them. Now, first thing we're doing is setting up a wind turbine on this. Then we're gonna set up we're gonna capture the pig on here. If we can get 2 of them, we might be able to breed them. Now, assuming they take 10 minutes to produce a resource at max happiness, it may take about 100 minutes to unlock the next thing. Maybe less if I decide to upgrade. Oh, hello. I met my drone buddy. Yeah. Currently, these guys come over, they pick up 1, they can only deal with 1 drill at a time. It's just like, okay. So I'm hoping upgrading them will allow them to pick from 2 drills. In other words, I could be like, okay, Cobalt, you can take drill 1, and you can take drill 2. Perfect. That's what I'm hoping for. Alright. Drop you in. Now we have solar panels, 1 drill that will constantly run no matter the time of day, no matter what. Perfect. And cobalt is actually going to be important, and we're going to want this running 24/7 so we can progress faster for our little guys. And wow, we can actually see them for quite a while. I didn't realize how far we could see those little guys. Alright. Now, if you're holding carrots, I believe you can lure pigs to you. Whee! But you have to be able to. I don't know how far away they are, and I don't know. I know there was a pig like on the side of a cliff somewhere. The problem is I don't remember where that cliff was. And I was like, how the hell do you get there, stupid pig? Oh yeah, there's stone. I gotta set up stone. I don't know why I would need stone. I don't, well, actually maybe I do, but we're not at it. And that's because this here, brick. I think in order to make brick, we're gonna need stone. And we're not at that point yet. So we're gonna have to definitely set up a marker on the map. Oh, I forgot. Oh well, we'll have to, I'll check out what resources we get off camera with the metal fishing rod. Because I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna fish here. But right now we need the piggies. So we can progress. And I could have been a lot farther in my progression with this. But that's because I'm not actually gathering everything. I'm wanting to show you guys some of the locations and some of the things you gotta keep an eye out for. And what to expect. I think the pig might have been over here somewhere on the edge of a rock somewhere. Like, maybe down over there? I know there was, I don't remember which island. And kind of wishing I had grabbed them sooner. But, oh well. Now, the pigs and stuff might wander, so you guys might end up having to find them somewhere else, especially if they do some updates to the game. Right now, the game has a lot of potential. I wouldn't say it's worth the $20 just yet. I think they need to expand and add more to the game, like quite a bit more. And I think they have a roadmap they're planning out. I'm sure there's a pig on this island. I just don't know where. I think there's usually two animals, so you can start breeding them. What? Why is there a berry bush right there? Okay, that makes me curious of what other things I potentially missed. Woo. This is also looks like it would be an amazing place to build, but there's some, I want some of those, pink trees. Alright, we may have to go to another island. I may, if I find the pig on this one, if there is one, I'll tell you where I found it. It's possible it might be somewhere else for you guys, but at least you'll know whether or not there is one or not. But until then, let's go check out the other, I think, oh, you're back. Hello. Can we actually run into them? Stupid curiosity. I need to see what happens if we run into them. How high do you go up is the question. Oh. Oh, there you are. like... Oh. Okay, well, that answers that question. Alright, little guy, we'll leave you alone. I was curious what would happen. So we got those 2 islands way out there. I know there's at least 2 pigs. At least cobalt will be continuously producing. We'll have to get silicon and the copper next. But right now the goal is to get some pigs so we can start progressing. Again. And if I can, I'm going to try and set up the ability to produce, I don't know, 4. One thing I hope they do add in, which I don't know if I've gotten, I don't know if they have it or not. This is like something I'll have to check once we get to that point. We gotta keep going that way. This island here, I believe, has silicon, or no, actually, I think that one's glass. I think this one's silicon. This should be sand, which we should set up a transport for at some point for that. I realistically should be going to sleep because it's nighttime. But I really want to see if I can find the pig. Now this would be another cool place to land or live. You got the little bridge over there. You've got the waterfall here that leads into another waterfall. But this here, technically the store and the lorry behind this island lore, which they said they're not doing, makes me curious. Where does this water come from? And how does it continue to produce? Oh. Hold on a second here. Oh, those are lilies. I was about to say, did I miss a cobalt node on here? Yeah. I was about to say, cobalt node. Okay. There should be a pig on here without a doubt. Unless I missed it on the other island. Oh. Neat. Alright. Piggy. I think they make a noise. Like that. What the? Man, I wish it was daytime right now. I would love to get a picture of this. Actually, I think I can brighten it up in editing. Alright, let's see if we can get a good spot for this. I'm gonna get you crumbs. We're gonna send you home. Oop, bye, piggy. That screen. If I use that, the screenshot's gonna be "help me." It's gonna have the pig just saying "help me." All right, we need one more piggy so we can start raising up a bunch of them. One thing I do hope is they fix the too close farming, animal farming, because that's a bit annoying. I want to put my coops literally right next to each other. There's an island over this way, but with it starting to cloud up, we might want to head home. Yeah, let's head home. Flying in the clouds is definitely not fun. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna head home. We're gonna get this piggy going so we can get food, water, hunger, thirst, because they don't produce anything. You have to have them well fed, all that fun stuff. And I think I might build some map markers to start naming down the resource nodes that I have found so far. So I can be like, okay, this island, that island, this island. Alright, docking. Woo! So, ooh, Piggy's asleep. Why are you sitting up? Oh. Another thing I hope they fix is the, the edit name in the open inventory, because if you look, just by moving your mouse a little bit like this, you can either open one or the other by accident, and, yeah, it's been annoying as hell doing that. Also, I took the silicone out of you. As silicone, I guess silicone's not running. Or they grabbed all the last pieces. But we have enough to make another wind turbine, which means we can set another one up. So, throw you in. Throw you in. Let's get food and water. So... oh, right. Something else about the drones is you can use them as delivery. So if you have a friend playing, so if they're living on that island, you want to deliver them some resources, you can click over on this, like you could have friend name something something, and you could throw in any item or resource you want into this, and then it would come over, it would pick it up, and then drop it over to their drone station. So they can be like, oh, this is full of something, what is it? And they can be like, oh. Right now I don't really need a whole lot of copper or a whole lot of iron. Well, I do, but we're worrying about a few other things. Alright. You get fed. You get watered. I hope we can put sprinklers. I tried putting sprinkler here last time to fill this up. It didn't work. So, yeah, that was annoying. So, some kind of automated watering, automated feeding system would be nice. Like if I could have a drone that collects the wheat and the carrots and drops it into a food processing machine, then it would drop out the food into a this. So it would have, you would have this, but then it would have a little processing machine right here, and so the drone would pick up from these resource plots, drop it in here. This would then process it, then plop it into here. So that way the food is constantly being fed to these guys, so I don't have to worry about feeding them. And then with the pump or the automated feeding this or water, it can catch water from the rain, or it has a pump right here that you can that's hooked up to this. So both of them will need electricity. So I hooked that up to electricity, hooked this up to electricity, and it will automatically fill this with water. Now they might have that. I just simply have to research and unlock it over there, which means we're gonna need to get truffles and get this guy producing. Alright. We're gonna need food, water, a few other items, and we're gonna try and find the last pig. So, grab you and you. Carrots are pretty good for food. Watermelons are pretty good for water. We're gonna have to keep this fed, popped up for a little bit, because all of these guys are, as you can see, hunger and thirst. And water is just flying through, which is why I said I want automated watering and automated feeding. Because now I gotta go over here and be like, okay, fill up, run back over here. You can see how fast water is just being sucked dry. And the same thing for food. And that's it's a really annoying initial cost to get them all up. And I think personally, I think if their box is full like this, they shouldn't consume any resources. So like these two chickens, they shouldn't be their hunger and thirst shouldn't decrease because they have the their things are full, so they don't technically need to be producing resources, which means they don't need to be taking food and water. Alright, drink, yes, yes, you're all drinking like hell, you're like speeding through all the food and water. But yeah, you can see here, they're just sucking everything dry. If I want to get him producing, or it, or her, technically it's everything, because they produce, anyways. Alright, what's your stats? Thirst is good, shelter's gonna take a little bit, hunger's slowly getting there. I think once this hits green or hits 5, it should start to produce. Anyways, let's try and find our last buddy on the island way out here. Now I hope they allow us to put like pings and markers on the map so we don't actually have to use the marker thing, because I only want it temporarily to know where I'm going. Alright. I think we're going out to that island way out over there. No. Is it that island? Yes, that island way over there. Now it's gonna be a moment, but hopefully we can find piggy number 2. I am gonna have to build another shelter, and we're gonna have to maintain food and hunger, and basically maintain thirst and hunger for the animals, so they can continue to produce everything we need for them, because we need to get the 10 truffles. And with 2 of those, assuming it takes 10 minutes, that would be 10, so that would be 100 minutes, divide that, so it would be about 50 minutes before we would be able to progress. Which, not too bad. Now this island, yeah, I think this island does have the pig, and I think it's on a ledge, either over here somewhere or over here. We're gonna head this way first. We're gonna listen for the piggy if we can. And then from there, oh, there it is. Perfect. Transport home. Bye. Alright. I think... Oh yeah, I think in one of these areas we found an inventory expansion. Do keep an eye out for stuff like that. It might end up helping you out a lot. Whee! But for now, whoop, don't want to do that. I think there's no important resource here that I need. So I shouldn't have to worry about setting up a thingy. Woo! Slide out the other end. Alright, now that we've got the piggy, we'll go set that up. I'll try and set it up so they can start breeding. I'm gonna try and get 4 of them. but that means food and water, whew, is gonna disappear in like 30 seconds. And this is also another reason why I want automated food and water for the animals. Alright. Also, one thing about the camera though is quite interesting. If you spin around like this and then you do it again and then again, it will automatically flip around the number of times it took you to spin this round. So woo, it flipped all 3 flips. So if you really want to get yourself like sick, just spin around like 100 times and then for now I'll stop because I don't want to get other people sick. Alright, up we'll go. Whee! Too fast. Docking. Yay! I'm pretty sure lightning can strike your airship, and I'm pretty sure it causes damage. Because I had this repaired, and I haven't flown it at all. And then it was damaged. So I'm like, why? Alright. So, another... Yep. Why are you going in their place? But yeah, you see here, 5 animals, and it just, everything's gone, and I was only gone, what, 5 minutes? At most? Like, woo! That is fast. Fast as hell. So, sticks and planks. Or wood. So you, and you. Oops, no. And if we're gonna do this, we're gonna need to set up 2 more of these. Can't be placed in the air. There's a bug with stuff like that. Actually. R, and then rotate. There we go. So now we have another shelter for the piggy. We got crumbs, we got chirpy, which means eventually you'll have a home. Yeah, they're already almost done with the water and food. Like, look at this, just... Okay, which means we're gonna definitely need to change up some of these crop growings. We don't really need raspberries. We can switch that over to more wheat, because if we look at the, well actually, sunflowers, we can change it to sunflowers. Because if we go over to the animal feed, we could do wheat and sunflower, or we can do sunflower and carrots. So 3 carrots, 2 sunflowers will give us free feed. And actually, we're not really using sunflowers for everything, so actually we don't need to change anything. We just make these, grab these, and we're good to go. Although, yeah, we're pretty much good to go. That will leave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would leave me 7 carrots to eat for myself, and 8 watermelons, plus berries I can eat, so we'll be good to go on that. Alright, throw food in here, get you going, let's make another home. Are you finished? Yes, you are. You're not, because we need to get power to cords, so it's 24/7. Let's make one more piggy home. Here we are. Resources, craft you. Well, actually, we'll be making 2 more. But we'll worry about that later. But yeah, it would be nice to be able to place it close together like this. Alright, that should, once they all reach 10 and 10, should produce a baby. We'll get ourselves 1 more. And I think I'm gonna go hit the locations and slap down a wind turbine. So for now, if you guys enjoyed, please like. If you didn't, I understand. Not much happened. Run around, gathering, explaining, showing, giving my opinion on some of the items. Woo! If you want to see more of this series, make sure to check out the channel. If you want to see other games I play, check out the in-screen credits. I do play other games in the process. And if you want to be added on to the in-screen credits like these people, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain amount of time, I'll add you on, but make sure to do it before I reach 1,000 though. Alright, I'm going to gather up some resources, get a few things prepped. I think I might want to do a redesign on my entire setup here, and a few other things, get some videos prepped for that. And then hopefully we'll have enough to research and progress a few more times. I'm going to let the credits roll out. So, bye-bye.